Hi guys, welcome back, and we're going to talk about Pythagorean theorem and distance formula for this section. Remember, Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So if I have a triangle, remember that c is always the one across from the 90-degree angle, and a and b are the legs. A and b can flip around, but c is always the hypotenuse, it's always the longest side. So it has to be across from 90. So here we know that a is 3, b is 4, and c we don't know. So we're going to plug in what we know. So we'd have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16 equals c squared. And again, we're trying to get c by itself, so we need to solve this side so we can square root both sides. So we have 25 equals c squared. We're going to square root both sides, so c would equal 5. Okay? So that's how we would find c if we were given a and b. Now, if we have to find a and b, that's a little bit different. So let's go ahead and we'll look at another triangle here. So if I give you 8 on this side and 10 on this side, and we need to find this side. Okay, so again, our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so a we don't know, so we'll call it a squared, b is 8 squared, and c is 10 squared. 10 is the only thing that cannot move. It has to be put in this spot here. But if I had put the 8 in the a spot, that really wouldn't have mattered. My math will be the same either way. I'm going to square what I know, so we have a squared plus 64 equals 10 squared, which is 100. Okay, and then I'm going to subtract away from the a squared. I want to be able to square root, and in order to do that, I need to have no addition subtraction. So 100 minus 64 is going to be a nice 36 here. And then we're going to square root both sides, and a equals 6. Now, by all means, not all of these are going to turn out as perfectly pretty numbers like that. So you can round to the nearest tenth or hundredth if it's a decimal, or you can also leave it as the square root. So if you end up with a square root of 5, you can just leave it as the square root of 5 if you'd like. Okay? All right, distance formula, distance between 2 points. Remember when we have 2 points here, like let's say we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is your x1, your y1, your x2, your y2. You can flip-flop those around, so like if you wanted this to be x1 and this to be y1, you can totally do that as long as you keep the points together. Like I can't mix 1 and 4 together and 2 and 3 together. That would be a no-no. So we're going to plug in what we know. So remember the distance formula is a square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Again, you can flip-flop these numbers around. That's not a huge deal. You'll see in different formulas it's written different ways. But I like the 1 first just because it makes life easier. So x1 is 1 minus x2 is 3 squared plus y1 is 2 minus y2 is 4 squared. So then we're going to do inside the parentheses first. So we're going to do 1 minus 3 is negative 2 squared plus 2 minus 4 is negative 2 squared. Now negative 2 squared is 4, and another negative 2 squared is 4. So we get 4 plus 4 is 8. So we get the square root of 8. I would probably just leave it as that, but if you really want to, you can say that it's approximately 2.83. Okay? So that's how far those 2 points are away from each other. All right, good luck. If you need any help, let me know.